Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird, then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, your two artsy gals. Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey everybody, this is Katie.
And this is Sharon.
And you are listening to Two Artsy Gals. Yay!
Woo!
Woo! Picture fireworks in your mind always when we're going yay and woohoo. Oh my god! Though, you know, I meant to say, like, I posted this on our Facebook wall because I follow Flo the Progressive Girl on the Facebooks because, you know, she's Flo.
Oh my gosh, she has a Facebook page? Of course she does. That's awesome.
And she posted this thing. It was a blue sparkly fire extinguisher in a wall. Like, you know, in the wall cupboards with the glass door. So, like, break in case of fire. Only it was emergency glitter.
Oh!
And I thought, I so fucking need one of those.
I love her now.
I
even
loved
more.
her before.
I mean, I always love her, but...
Not gonna lie, Flo kind of lives in my spank bank a little bit.
Well, hello, yeah.
Because, you know, she's Flo.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's got it going on.
Although I rewatched the entire Buffy the Vampire Slayer series a while back, and she was a bad guy. Like when she was really young in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's funny.
I can't remember what she was, like possessed or something. I don't know. It was weird, or she was like a witch or some shit. I don't know. But I was like, oh my god, that's Flo.
Ha!
That's
hilarious. Really funny.
Anyway, let's see. Ooh, I want to remind everyone that next week is Sharon's last episode. And we're just gonna be, well, it's not like her last episode. Like I said before, she'll be back to substitute on occasion. Maybe she'll just be back to say hi on occasion. But
maybe,
you know, as far as on the regs, next week is the end of it, and we're gonna just have a funny, silly episode where we talk about stuff. We're not gonna have like a subject per se, but if you want to call and leave a message for Sharon for us to play on that show, call our Two Artsy Gals voicemail line at 503-395-7190 and leave a message for Sharon.
Do it.
Do it for real.
Do it now.
It'll make her feel so happy. So today we are going to be revisiting Nature Crafts because we did an episode on Nature Crafts. God damn, I don't even remember when we did it. Last fall, probably?
Yeah, it's been a long time. But it was last fall.
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about everything we wanted to talk about in that episode. So when we recorded it, we're like, look, we're going to have to do another one of these because there was just not enough time to fit everything in. So we picked a couple of things that we intended to talk about, but just ran out of time, and we're going to talk about them because Nature Crafts are awesome.
I love Nature Crafts.
Sharon totally fucking loves. As much as I'm like, you just sounded like SpongeBob SquarePants a little bit when he gets all excited and whispers things.
I love it.
See, I love SpongeBob.
I love nature.
I love nature and I love SpongeBob SquarePants. So
yeah, he's pretty awesome. I have a SpongeBob SquarePants.
Holy shit! You have a what?
I couldn't speak. A SpongeBob SquarePants sticker on my computer, my laptop, because my son stuck it there, and it's like his face shaped like a heart.
Aw, that's so cute. I love me SpongeBob.
Cute.
My husband catches me watching SpongeBob on Saturday mornings a lot. And he's like, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, just because my son isn't around anymore doesn't mean I stopped liking SpongeBob. Frankly,
it puts my husband in a good mood.
Yeah. Well, how can you not be in a good mood when you're watching SpongeBob? I also enjoy The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, I haven't really watched that one.
My son was really into them. He had 2 rats, and he named them Cosmo and Wanda when he was a little boy. But let's talk about some Nature Crafts, yo. And just before we get started, we have a Pinterest board for this episode, so check it out, because we've got all kinds of cool shit on there. Sharon, why do you love nature crafts so much?
Oh, because they're so accessible.
Oh my gosh, I never thought
They're
about that. That's true.
Just make nature crafts really easily. I mean, here's a perfect example. When I was a kid, if I had a bag of googly eyes,
Gigglies.
some paper, some glue, I was good to go. Yo.
Yeah, you were like making all kinds of crazy
Oh.
pine cone dudes, weren't you?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I knocked the volume off.
Oh.
I didn't hear what your response was.
Oh, I was gonna say you were like making all kinds of crazy pine cone people and shit.
I was,
Yeah.
man. Well, we had a cabin, and so we had pine cones galore everywhere.
And
You know.
have you always had your googly eye addiction?
Hell yeah.
All
It
right.
started in Bluebirds.
Yeah, I didn't get to do bluebirds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We didn't have.
I only got to do it for a short time, and I don't really know why.
I don't know either. We didn't have bluebirds or Girl Scout troops around when I was a kid. Not that I knew of, anyway. So
Huh. Yeah.
I did 4-H though. That was kind of like my brothers did the Boy Scouts. I did 4-H stuff. So
4-H is kick ass. It's
4-H,
so
we
good.
did nature crafts in 4-H all the fucking time.
Yeah, we did in Campfire too. Campfire's good stuff too.
I didn't get to do that either.
If you guys are parents, get your kids involved in this shit, yo.
Yeah, right.
Good stuff. Yeah, so I would just I would make little owls. I made a lot of googly eyed
I've made those little owls before. Those
Cone.
are cute.
owls.
Owls. Those
Owls.
are cute. I love
Yeah.
them. So one of the things that we didn't get to talk about last time, and we didn't get to talk about them in our stamp carving episode because we were like, well, we'll just talk about these during our nature craft episode, and we didn't really get to talk much about them, is vegetable stamps. Like using vegetables as stamps or carving them to make stamps.
Uh-huh.
Because we love that shit. So
We do.
I have done in the past, like I've carved potatoes generally because they're a nice size vegetable to
Mhm.
carve. When we were researching this episode the first time, and I think you will remember this, I found images of like people using whole vegetables as stamps. And did you know that when you cut okra in half and stamp with it, it makes the cutest little fucking flower?
Oh yeah.
And dude, that is the only fucking thing okra is good for. Is
Yeah, I kind of try to like okra,
oh
but
no, there's no way you can. It's so slimy and nasty.
I'm not a fan.
No, it's like you're trying to eat a fucking slug. It goes right back up the fucking gag hole.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
But it does make the cutest fucking flowers. Like if you just cut it in half, like short way, I about died. I couldn't take the cute. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god. And then it's adorable. But it also, when you're using like even a half a lemon or like bell peppers, anything with a distinct shape and you're stamping with it, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I thought so.
Yeah, a mushroom.
Oh my god, right? Oh, and then I saw somebody, so they cut the base off of celery, so you have this little lump of,
Oh,
it makes like a whole rose.
yes.
I was like, what the fuck, man? Why am I not thinking of this genius shit?
I know, it's so obvious, right?
Right? It just is so, like, seriously, experiment with whole vegetables and see what kind of cool shapes and stuff you can get out of them.
Yeah.
But then there's like,
And then that's googly eyes.
and then add googly eyes. And maybe some glitter too.
Well, obviously.
Right?
Oh my
Serious.
god.
And then there's carving potatoes.
Mhm.
You can, and I would assume, like, you can use the same kind of carving tools that you use to carve other, I don't know, how do you think that, like, the carving tool that you use to carve stamps when you're doing them out of tiles, you think that would work
I think
on
those would work
potatoes?
well.
I think
Yeah.
it would too, yeah. You can use that. And I actually have seen, for little kids, or younger kids, if you're doing this as a craft with kids, metal cookie cutters
Mm-hmm.
get a really cool shape out of potatoes. And then you don't have to worry about little ones wielding sharp objects.
Right.
Or Katie's wielding sharp objects.
Yeah.
Because, that happens. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Our niece was here last week because they were in town for something, and I was outside visiting with her parents because they were outside smoking on my front porch. And later in the week when we saw them again, she's like, yeah, I was in your studio snooping around and I saw this whole setup you had going on for when I was doing the encaustic painting stuff. And she's like, all I could think of is, when is Katie going to burn the house down?
Oh.
And I'm like, well, funny you should mention it. I almost did. Because I told you about that, right?
Yes.
It was awful. Did I talk about it on the show? I can't remember. I had my whole setup going, and I had my encaustic paints out on my pancake griddle that I stole from the kitchen to use in the office or in the studio. And instead of turning it off, I turned it all the way up, and then I left.
Yeah.
So don't do that, because it was bad. And it was almost in flames. But yeah, people make fun of me about that. But anyway, I digress.
Scary.
Sharp things. That's what made me think of that. On our Pinterest board, I put a picture of it. Somebody used corn, like corn on the cob, and they painted different stripes on it, and then they rolled it across the paper, and it made this cool little like rainbow of little bumpy, cool texture.
Yeah, corn's super cool. I've done that before.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite vegetable stamp that you've ever carved?
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I always have just used the texture of the vegetable.
You've never carved one?
I mean, a long time ago, but I usually just use like the texture, like the corn or the...
Yeah, no, the texture definitely is awesome, but I've used potatoes when I was a kid. I think we did it, actually, I think we did it in high school in art class.
Mm-hmm.
But I did a bunch of shamrocks because it was around St. Patrick's Day. So we did shamrock stuff, but that was really fun. And then, it's always awesome when an art instructor gives a classroom full of freshmen sharp things.
Yeah.
I love that. Because, nobody's going to cut themselves, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Especially when we're sneaking out the back door of the art room and maybe smoking marijuana. Like... That happened on occasion.
Getting stabby.
And then getting stabby.
Oh my God.
Our art teacher was so awesome in high school.
That's funny.
He was crazy. So what once we carve these vegetable stamps, what the fuck are we using them for? What can you do with them?
Make cards.
Oh my gosh. You can totally make cards. And, so I saw this and I was so excited because, I'm all about that rose that happens when you use the celery. Somebody stamped fabric and then reupholstered their dining room table chairs with this. They had white fabric and they stamped it with the celery in red, and then they painted little vines and stuff.
Oh, cute.
And then I was like, okay, this opens up a whole host of home decor options.
Right.
And fabric options. And I'm all about the fabric.
Yeah.
So, you could make cute curtains for your kitchen. You could stamp even if you don't want to make the curtains, if you bought just plain colored curtains, and then you could stamp them with all kinds of vegetables, and how fucking cute would that be? Because you're in the kitchen. Or make some. Dude, we're recording this the Saturday before Mother's Day, so this is going to air after Mother's Day, but hello, how much would your fucking mom love that kind of stuff?
Yeah, right.
As a gift for Mother's Day. You made it? Or for her birthday? Seriously?
For sure.
I'm a mom, so I know firsthand I eat that homemade shit up.
That's right. I do too.
I'm like, and my kid's not in school anymore, so he doesn't make awesome stuff anymore.
Oh.
And my son has to work on Mother's Day, so I'm super bummed, but...
Well, that's not cool.
They wouldn't give him the day off.
Oh, lame.
But you can also be using vegetable stamps in your mixed media artwork anywhere you would use a regular stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Collage in art journals or books. Oops. Sorry, I just knocked something over on my desk. I don't know. maybe it wasn't as loud as it was on my end, but.
Oh, I heard it. It's
and
all
then
good.
you can also stamp paper bag for gift wrap. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I love doing that.
Oh my God, it's so cool. I think I have a cute picture of it too. Somebody stamped hearts carved a heart from a potato.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just stamped white hearts evenly on brown paper bag.
Nice.
With their potato stamp. It's on our Pinterest board. It's super cute.
That's awesome.
So Sharon also, when I asked her what she wanted to talk about for our nature crafts, she mentioned terrariums.
Yeah.
And I have not had super awesome luck with terrariums as of yet. I tried to make a couple a while back, and and put some awesome unicorns in them, but mine died because I think that I prefer a tropical terrarium.
Mm-hmm.
I like the tropical plants rather than the succulents for the dry terrariums.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that mine just didn't have enough. I think I used the container was too small, so they rotted.
Oh, yeah. Well, so there are a couple of things. I am not very successful at making the nice terrariums where people use the layer of pebbles and then they put the activated charcoal.
That's what
And then they do a layer of sphagnum moss over the charcoal. You have to have you have to have all of that. And I've seen people be really successful at it. But what I have learned that works a lot better for me is I just get freaking air plants.
See, this blows my fucking mind. What the fuck is an air plant and how? My brain just isn't going there. What? Tell us.
Okay, they're awesome. So, you can get them at New Seasons. You can get them at flower shops. You can order them online. There's all sorts of different air plants. And they just look like... God, they kind of look like a little spiky thing, or
they're almost
they kind of look
Dr.
like a succulent.
Seussian. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very Dr. Seussian. And so then you can make your terrarium. You don't even have to put soil in the bottom. You could just put sand and pebbles and whatever. Put your little sparkly unicorns in there. You put your little whatever. And you know what I like to use?
What?
The little porcelain animals that you used to get in the rose tea when you were a kid.
Oh my God, I have a shit ton of those.
Right? So those are awesome. I have a whole bunch of those too. So then, you put your whatever in your jar, in your big vase, what have you. And then you just plop an air plant in there and you have to take it out once a month, soak it in some water, dry it off, put it back in there. Good to go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
So why don't we explain maybe a little bit better the difference between your traditional dry terrarium with air plants or succulents and your tropical terrarium?
Well, I think your tropical terrarium, you're going to have to make sure that you have the soil and the charcoal and the pebbles and everything.
And that's putting things I'll put a list of plants that work the best in either. Because I have a link somewhere that I found, but these would be things like little tiny ferns, little jungly plants.
Yeah. The little ferns work great.
They're so cute. I love little ferns.
I do too. I love the little lady. Oh God, what are they called?
That lace leaf?
Yes.
Oh my God, I know. You know what's weird? When I was a little girl, I used to love to rub those on my face.
Well, they're so soft. They're like little angel wings.
They are. I love ferns. Ferns are one of my favorite things ever.
Me too.
So, and then for succulents, okay, so succulents are like little cactusy guys. And the little shiny, waxy surface looking dudes, and I don't know. Chicks and hens, are those succulents?
Yes, those are succulents.
That's what I thought. I
kind of can't kill those.
No, I can.
Oh.
I have a very special talent for killing anything that lives inside my house that is a plant.
Oh.
I'm okay with outdoor plants, but between me and Godzilla the Plant Slayer, aka my fucking cat.
Oh, yeah.
Plants do not live in this house. And that's actually hilarious. When I made the reason that I wanted to make a terrarium is because it would be encased in glass.
Right.
So my cat couldn't fucking destroy it. One day I'm in the kitchen and I hear this little tink, 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 tink. And I'm like, what is that fucking noise? My cat was sitting on my coffee table biting the glass jar. Like the big glass container that my terrarium was in. Because she knew there were fucking plants in there.
Oh my God.
So she was biting the glass lid and patting it, trying to get in there and eat my fucking plants.
That's so rude.
I don't know why she hates plants so much. Well, that, and she likes to hold my things hostage when I'm not doing exactly what she thinks I should be doing. So plants are her go-to because she knows I'll get up right away and be like, no, kitty, don't do that.
That is funny.
She's a jerk. So those are like the two different kinds of terrariums. I think that definitely the tropical ones probably take a little bit more, a little more delicate approach, maybe a little more care to get going.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
dude, you know what got me started on this whole terrarium kick, actually? I'm going to have to look for this. Did you see on Facebook that old guy, the old man, that had that fucking plant that had been living in a glass jug for like decades?
No.
You haven't seen that?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God. So I swear to God, it was like a 60-year-old plant. It had been living in its own little ecosystem in this giant jug with a cork on it.
Oh my God.
And it's amazing. That's the whole thing that got me started on this terrarium bit a while back.
That's
I can't believe
funny.
you haven't seen that. I'm actually going to find it and email it to you and I'll post a link to it on the blog.
Okay.
Because he's just this little sweet, happy old man holding this giant ass plant that's been living in this jug for like 50 fucking years.
That's funny.
It's great. It's so awesome. And I have a bunch of links for this episode about how to put together terrariums and stuff like that. But Sharon, why don't you give us the rundown on how you put together your air plant terrariums or your succulent terrariums?
Let's do the air plants because that's what I like to do the best. Just basically just get any big jar, big vase you have, go to Goodwill if you need, and then you can just put sand down. Sand's pretty cool. You can get like different colored
Oh my God,
sands.
dude, they have totally different colored sands. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then you can just, put your little rose tea porcelain figurine in there, your, action figure, your
Dude,
whatever they're in
seriously?
there to decorate. You put your rocks in there. So add some rocks that you've gotten in nature, some cool sticks, like little pieces of driftwood from the beach, and then you can just put your little air plant in there and you're good to go. It's that simple.
And you can do this with the succulents, of course, and the tropical. And they kind of, have you ever seen like people do those little fairy gardens?
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of go the whole fairy garden route with this,
Mm-hmm.
and do all kinds of little stuff. But also, I was thinking, once my brain starts going in a direction, it's kind of hard to make it stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, like, how fucking awesome it would be, because you can also grow moss in terrariums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it look like the fucking Shire.
Oh my God. Yeah, you could.
And
you can get, like-
hobbits up in that shit, man. That is the best. Or Star Wars. You could do like a deserty star. You could have like the fucking sand dudes from Star Wars and Jawas and droids. Oh my God, you could do so much. I've had too much coffee. Holy shit.
Wow, you have. But if you want to go really small too, you can order the little terrarium people. There's a company in Germany. You can order. I mean, they're tiny.
Oh
They're
my God.
tiny. Yeah.
And you can buy empty light bulbs and make those little like empty light bulb terrariums.
Yep.
And you can, oh my God, you can do, like, the possibilities are seriously endless here, people.
Yeah, they
for
do.
real. And also, terrariums make awesome gifts.
Yeah, they do.
I would love it if someone gave me a terrarium. That is a giant fucking hint. I'm putting it out there. I want a terrarium that I have not touched with my black thumbs of death.
Noted.
Just saying.
Really?
Really.
That's awesome.
I think we've all seen pictures of the unicorns that I glued myself to a while back.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to put those in my terrariums because those unicorns are from when I was in grade school and I had a unicorn collection. And then they all broke because I gave them to my son, who does not have the same appreciation for unicorns that I did. So I glued them all back together. Wait a minute. Total sidebar, but I feel like I've glued myself to stuff recently and I haven't talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, dear.
What did I glue myself to the other day? I sent you a picture of it.
Was it the stapler?
Oh my God, I glued myself to my stapler. I totally did. Well, my stapler has this weird part that keeps falling out. So it's like the little surface that you staple onto. It's like where you lay your paper in there and then you push down. That little metal bit keeps falling out of my fucking stapler. I don't even know why they made that come out, because there's no practical reason for it to come out.
No, not really.
So I got really fucking mad the other day and I said, I'm going to super glue this fucking thing in here. Urgh. And so I put super glue in there and I glued myself to my stapler, and I will add that to the super glue files page on the blog because there's a picture of my thumb glued to the stapler. And I don't know if we talked about the pancake griddle incident either.
No, we did talk about that.
Okay, so there's that. But I glued myself to my fucking stapler.
Oh my God.
And then I texted Sharon a picture of just my thumb glued to the stapler. I don't even think she needed explanation. I don't think you need explanation anymore. When you see my hand holding something in an awkward position, you're just going to assume, oh, fuck, what did she glue herself to now?
Right. That's right.
So, yeah. So, don't use super glue in your terrariums. There's no need for it.
No, there isn't. That's not one of the ingredients.
No, it's not. Love is, but not super glue.
That's right. Yeah.
Not super glue. So, why do you prefer, like, the air plant ones?
Because you can't kill them.
You really seriously can't kill an air plant?
You really can't. I mean, you just need to soak it in some water like once a month. Remember to do that and you're pretty much good to go.
Really?
Truly.
Now I want air plants just to see if I can kill them. Like, I know I don't want to actively try to kill them. That sounded horrible. I just wanted to make sure that, like, because if anyone is going to kill a plant, it is going to be me.
Yeah,
or
you have to soak it once a month. You just have to, you got to make sure that you soak it. But
oh yeah, because you were telling me to get those for that little silly planter that I have that has no drainage. The little antique elf peeking out from around behind the mushroom.
Yes,
which I also
put an air plant in there
myself too one time. But
yeah,
because that thing plants rot in it because it has no drainage.
That's right. You put an air plant in there.
Put an air plant in it.
Mm-hmm. You can tie air plants to like pieces of driftwood,
and you literally just soak them once a month.
Yeah.
What if you miss a month?
Well, don't miss a month.
So it is possible to kill them.
It is possible, but I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's still a living thing, but
yeah,
they're pretty bulletproof. They're pretty black thumb proof.
Yeah, I always like philodendrons.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can let those fucking things almost die and then just put them in the sink for a drink overnight and they're like, woohoo, party time.
Yeah, totally. I know, I've got one of those in my kitchen.
Although my son tried to eat one when he was a baby.
That's not good.
No, it's not. I've never seen so much drool in all my life.
Yeah.
I had to call poison control.
That is, I had to call poison control on my youngest for eating it. Euphorbia.
What is a euphorbia? That just sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it's really burny.
Oh, did he?
You don't want to touch him.
He probably wasn't super happy about that.
No, he was just drooling like crazy.
When I was a kid, my grandma had this cactus.
Little
tiny cactus. Honestly, it looked like it should be soft. It looked fuzzy, and I just wanted to touch it so bad. My grandma was always like, don't touch that. It's a cactus. You're going to get hurt. Don't touch that. I could not fucking resist it. One day when she wasn't looking, I'm like, I don't believe her. This looks soft and fuzzy. Dude, let me tell you. It was not soft and fuzzy.
No, they aren't.
It hurt really bad.
Yeah.
On my little delicate baby hand skin.
Yeah.
But hurt. you can do terrariums with cacti, right? They're like a succulent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Succulent sounds way sexier than it is, I think.
So people make some nature crafts today because it's a beautiful day outside.
Go out and make some nature crafts. Make a fucking terrarium. Do some fun shit, man.
That's right.
For real. So, yeah. Nature crafts. That's what we have to say about that. And again, there's gonna we have a Pinterest board for this episode, and I'll post all the links because I have a bunch of links about this. Because did you know that there are fucking terrarium stores in Portland?
Yes.
I'm sure if there are terrarium stores in Portland, there are terrarium stores elsewhere in the country and world.
Yes.
So you can go specifically buy shit for terrariums. And I know that there are places that you can go to and you can take classes on how to build one.
Yep.
And you can do group classes, which is awesome. Maybe you can find a Groupon for one. I don't know.
Yeah.
You should do it up. And then you should make a bunch of vegetable stamps too.
That's right.
Yeah. So again, I wanted to make sure that you guys know our new phone number, and it has a voicemail message, and you can leave a voicemail, and it's 503-395-7190. And you should call and leave us an awesome message, and leave a message for Sharon, because next week is her last episode, and you want to say goodbye and stuff. So do that. Or you can email. You can email us and Sharon will get your email that way if you want to send her a goodbye message. You can also email us with suggestions or comments about this episode or any other. That's twoartsygals@gmail.com. We always answer our emails, so do that. And follow us on Facebook. We got some Facebook page action going on. We're on the Twitter. We're on the Instagrams. And I think we have a YouTube channel. And we're doing social media stuff. So make sure you follow us on all of those too. We're Two Artsy Gals on all of them. If you can't find us, you can go to our blog and link through to that, which is twoartsygals.gmail. Or Jesus Christ, why do I always do that? twoartsygals.wordpress.com. And also on our blog, again, we will have links to all the things we talked about on the show today. Next week, we're just going to have a chill, fun episode. We don't really have a specific topic in mind. Sharon and I are just going to bullshit and talk about art and talk about the show. And I have a few things I want to talk about. But other than that, it's just going to be a fun episode for Sharon's last show. We will be back then. Until then, make some cool shit, yo!
Yo!